Hi, welcome to Your Cheapest Accessory. I am Beth Jones, and today I'm going to be doing the wet to dry, how to kind of get this big, messy hair that I wear a lot that's kind of become my signature hair. I think I was inspired probably originally by Carrie Bradshaw. She always had, as usual, she always had that kind of big, messy, curly / wavy hair, and I always loved it, and just kind of, I think for the last, I don't know, 10 years I've been doing this look. So it's definitely a little bit of work. There's a lot of products involved and it takes a little bit of your day, so don't do this on a day where you don't have a ton of time. But the nice thing is that this is kind of what I do, and then for about 3 days or more I might not do my hair again. So it's kind of nice because then you're kind of done for a few days. So here we go, let's start with the wet to dry. Okay, first when you start your wet to dry, you want to have all your products ready, and I will go through all of them with you. I do have a lot. I have the Tresemme Thermal Creations Volumizing Mousse that I love and use. I also use the Bedhead Superstar Queen for a Day, which gives it volume. And then I use the Bumble and Bumble Texture Paste, which I put in when it's wet. I use the Bumble and Bumble Surf Spray. I also use Garnier Fructis Surf Hair Paste and the Ojon Styling Spray. I also have, just for tools, I have on hand these little clips for your hair, or bobby pins will work. I have a curling iron on hand, and of course a blow dryer, a brush if you need one, and a comb as well. Let me get started. First I'm going to put in my Tresemme Volumizing Mousse, and I'm going to spread that through my hands and rub it all in. Then I'm going to take some surf spray and go ahead and just put it in there while it's wet to just give it that salty texture inside the wet hair when I start to blow dry it. And then my magic for just that fullness and kind of that more stiff textury hair is the Bumble and Bubble Texture Paste, which I squeeze into my fingers about that much. Depending on how much hair you have, you know, decide on that. Now this is really sticky and textury, so just put that, what I do is I kind of take it through the ends, twist my hair, rub it in. Now I'm ready to go ahead and blow dry my hair. What I do is flip my head over and blow dry it pretty much until it's like a damp dry, so I'll show you kind of what that looks like. When I'm blow drying, what I do is I flip my head over and then I just kind of run my fingers through up near the scalp just to kind of give it any body that I can. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I dried it till it was kind of a damp dry. The ends here are a little damp. I try to make sure this part up here is, you know, pretty much dry so that it'll hold some volume. As you can see, I already have pretty full hair with a little bit of wave in it just from all that product that I used. So then what you want to do is decide where you want your part, if you go to the side or if you go to the middle. I'm kind of a middle girl, and I just kind of brush it out a little bit. And now I do what I did in the video for the natural waves. I go ahead and I just take a few pieces and I twist them, and I take those little clamps that I have, or bobby pins if you don't have the clamps, twist it and then just put it on top of my head and then just clip it into my hair. Do both sides there, and you can kind of go from all the way from the top of the scalp down just to kind of make sure right here in the front especially you have a nice wave. So twist it down and then put that on top of your head. As you can see, I'm kind of trying to go fast, but this is a lot of different steps, but I promise the nice thing with this is that I'll do this and then I'll go for 3 days and not do my hair. I'll literally take it out of a ponytail and it's good to go. So it's really nice. Make another twist, put it on top of my head. One over on this side. So I'm doing 3 on each side. You can do as many or as little as you want. It really is just giving it more body, more fullness, more kind of wave and curl. And then my final 2 pieces right there at the bottom, and I'm going to twist that. And just to show you, using a bobby pin, I kind of go right there on the top and then down into the twist. It holds pretty easily just because it's kind of wet. It's got a lot of product in it, and I'm not looking for it to be perfect. So twist it up and on top of your head. So then you've got your whole hair pinned up. Finish your makeup, decide what your outfit's going to be, do some emails, whatever. Kind of leave it up there for at least a few minutes just to let it sit a little bit. Okay, so it's ready to take out. So just go ahead and pull out all your little clamps. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just kind of finger through and let that kind of tousle out a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and blow dry it a little bit more on low, and I'm just going to kind of run my fingers here just to give it a little bit drier and more volume up here. Okay, so now what I want to do is just put a little bit more product in. This is where I go back in with the Bumble and Bubble Surf Spray and just kind of give it some more of that saltiness so that it'll really have that kind of texture as if you went to the beach. I love the Bumble and Bubble Salt Spray. And then I'm also going to use the Garnier Fructis Surf Hair, which I like just because it's kind of more pasty. And to me, I think it adds a little bit more thickness, where the Bumble and Bubble Salt Spray gives it more of the kind of salty texture. This kind of thickens up the hair, and I just put it down here kind of at the bottom. And a little more product. I'm going to put the Ojon Styling Spray just a little bit in. This is nice because this is kind of a styling spray, so it helps give it a little bit more body for styling, and then I'll use this to finish it off as well. Just to kind of give it some final touches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and give it more curl. So what I do is I use my Conair, and you can use any size that you want, and I'm just going to go ahead through, and right here at the front, the type of curl that I like to do takes a little bit more work, but I run my curling iron down my hair and give it a little more heat, and then what I do is just kind of open that clamp and wrap the hair around it, facing it down, holding the very ends here, and then let it out, and it just kind of has that nice tously curl. Okay, so then I'm going to do it on the other side. I'm going to take it and point it down and then wrap it away from the face. Again, holding the end there just to kind of give it an imperfect curl. Let it sit for a little bit. You can move the hair up and down, whatever you want. Just let the heat kind of sit in there a little bit, and then let it go, and again you have enough. Then go ahead and start to put in more of those type of curls. What I like to do is put a few more right here at the front like this, and then let that one go. I go into the lazy curl for me, which is the same kind of beachy curl, but it's a little bit easier, less work. And I just drag the curling iron down almost to the end, and then I'm going to roll it away from the face. Hold it there as if you're going to do like a normal spiral curl. And then when you're ready to take it out, what you're going to do is pull it out and then twist the curling iron like this. You're just twisting, twisting, twisting with, and it's then of course twisting your hair, and then just kind of give it a final pull, and then go ahead and put in more curls. What I like to do is just keep the curls varied. Alright, so we're ready to just kind of finger through, and what I like to do even is just kind of to pull the hair apart where it's kind of sticking together, just to kind of separate the curl and give it a little bit more oomph. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit more product, so I'm going to put a little bit more of the surf spray throughout the hair. And then I always love a good tease. So go back, and what I like to do is just kind of grab a little bit of the hair and then just tease it a little bit, not at the top of the head, kind of more here, just to give it a little bit more big and volume and very Texas. Final part is you're going to use that Ojon styling spray or any hairspray that you like, but this is my favorite. And then I'm just going to kind of spray it, holding it up how I want it styled. Alright, so there you go. You got kind of your big, messy hair, bedhead looking, natural waves, whatever you want to call it. I love it, kind of the Carrie Bradshaw style of wearing your hair down. It's all big and messy. So there you go. You're going from wet to dry with your cheapest accessory. Of course, try it at home as always, and send any questions or comments or whatever you want, and join me next time for your cheapest accessory.